Hey everyone, Jordan here from Cinelinks.com. I'm back today with an all-new video. Now, as you may have noticed, our annual Geek Pick of the Week is back. That's where we spotlight and highlight different nerdy stuff that will help you get ready for this holiday season. Today, I thought our product spotlight would be more fun in a video format. Now, recently, Wizards of the Coast launched an all-new crossover with a major franchise. This time around, they have launched a new set with Doctor Who, featuring the iconic characters, all their different iterations, and they were kind enough to send me a couple of their command decks featuring the older characters and some of the newer ones as well, along with a handful of their new booster packs to go with it. Now, I thought it'd be a lot of fun to open these with you guys right alongside so we can check out the artwork together and talk more about them. So let's go ahead and open these up and dive right into it. All right, let's open these. I'm going to start with these commander decks that they have here. This is the Blast from the Past deck, which of course brings together all the original 8 Doctors for longtime fans. And everything that you need to really play and stuff is inside, which is really cool. Now, here's the thing. Everyone who knows me knows that I love card games. It's just one of my things. I don't know why. I just always have. That said, you know, back in the day, I used to play a lot of Magic: The Gathering. I say a lot. I played it occasionally, you know, more as a casual fan, here and there with friends. After that period of time, however, mostly, you know, around probably junior, senior year of high school, I just kind of stopped playing. You know, I had so much other stuff going on. These are all really neat. I like these oversized cards. Anyway, I just kind of stopped playing. I hadn't really gotten into it in a long time. So, I mean, we're talking decades that I did not play this game. Ooh, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what half of this stuff is. Anyway, I spent decades not playing. And then Wizards came out with the Lord of the Rings sets, which were just so cool, and I found myself getting back into Magic despite myself. And I think I've bought more Magic cards in the last few months than I have seriously in decades. That said, I am not very big into Doctor Who. I know, don't kill me here. It's just never been my thing. I never got into the original series or anything like that. And, you know, as much as I appreciate certain things in it, it's just not my thing. That said, I mean, but here's the thing. Even if I'm not big into Doctor Who personally, that doesn't mean I can't appreciate the art and level of detail and care and attention that they put into these sets. Now, this is a massive initial deck, which, you know, it's supposed to be so you can just essentially just pick up and play and not have to really build your own stuff. So yeah, it's going to be kind of big, and it's kind of, you know, it always has some how to learn stuff on there. But let's just go through these real quick, give you a look at all this stuff. Now, speaking of art, what I really enjoy about Magic, and what initially pulled me into it before, was all the different art and stuff that they had, and they bring that to these crossover events too. They bring in different artists and stuff like that to make specialty cards, and for collectors, there's all sorts of different variations. You know, we saw with the shiny foil ones. They have surge foils. I mean, there's, you know, they have these borderless cards that they have artwork that you can pick up and find as you go. Ooh, First Doctor, nice. It's just, you know, even if you're not into the game itself, there's lots of cool stuff as far as collectibles go and things to look out for. Man, this deck is just massive. Look at all this stuff. Ooh. I like how, specifically with these crossovers, I want to talk more about how sinister these crossovers are. But what I like so much about them is how they really do an awesome job of incorporating elements of the franchise they're crossing over with into the game. So you have all these lands and stuff that you know that are required in the game, but they incorporate all those locations that fans would know and be more familiar with. It's just a neat way of doing it, and so clever. Ooh, gosh, these artworks are so neat. And of course, the cool thing when you get these command decks is that it also includes a box on the inside that you can use to store your card. All right, let's look at the other Commander deck. This is the Timey-Wimey deck. This features the Doctors 9, 10, and 11. I guess I probably missed this in the other one. Did I? Yep, I sure did. These come with little dice. And these games have gotten so much more complicated than they used to be. Anyway, okay, here we go. I prefer my card games where I don't need tokens and stuff like that, but whatever. It's not like a bad thing or anything, you know. It's just not as thrilling to me as some of the just straight up pick up and go cards that you have. Oh, okay. Let's go through these real quick. What's cool about these command decks, even with the Lord of the Rings ones, is that it really pretty much just straight up gives you the characters and stuff that you are probably going to be looking for. So it's really nice for collectors. It cuts down on some of that hunt time, especially, you never know what you're going to get in the booster pack. Ooh, this is cool. Interesting. Again, these games have gotten so complicated. I barely started to remember how to play with the Lord of the Rings stuff. And I can't say, I'm not even entirely sure I did it right, but, whatever. I really like these different types of play cards, though. Seems like a neat addition to things. Let's move on to these booster packs. This is where, the collecting part comes in. It's always a lot of fun to, try and track down different stuff. Can also be super frustrating. But let's talk, I want to talk a little bit about how absolutely brilliant these Magic the Gathering crossovers are. And they're diabolical almost in a way, because it's just such a clever way to not only expand the game itself, but entice new players to the long-running game. I mean, honestly, getting into Magic the Gathering in general can be daunting. It's been around for decades. Look at these. Oh, man. I love these foil cards. Always so nice. Even just the basic land foil looks nice. Anyway, there's been so many different rule changes and rule sets over the years, that it can be really, really quite difficult to get into if you're just starting out. But these crossovers offer a whole new starting point. Ooh, this is one of those Surge foils I was talking about. It offers a little different kind of pattern, is a little different. but neat. But anyway, these crossovers offer a whole new starting point. Doesn't require any real knowledge of the previous lore in the game. Instead, it almost works like a separate game. It has its own little, not its own rules, but it has its own little stories and characters and stuff like that. But because it uses the same rules, it allows you to kind of learn as you go. You can have your own little Doctor Who collectible card game if that's how you want to play. But you can take these cards into the main game as well and play them with all the other cards and build your decks around them if you choose to. So because it uses the same rule sets, if you learn how to play this one and you can spend your time playing it, you can essentially learn how to play the main game and branch out and do other stuff. It's just such a clever way of doing things, and it, not only brings in fans of Doctor Who or Lord of the Rings, but it's a clever way to get older players back, like myself, who pretty much stopped for a long time. But I had to get in on the Lord of the Rings set. They were just way too cool. So in that way, it's almost, like I said, it's diabolical, and I hope that they really keep pushing and doing more and more of these crossovers down the road, because these are just so fun. Ooh, the Master. Oh, a borderless one too. Ooh, 13th Doctor, nice. Ooh, here's a borderless Surge foil. So it's got all the different newness. So, one of those things that collectors can look out for. Just one of those variants. It depends on the type of collector you are. Me? Oh, see, I like these. These are the ones I really love. I love that they brought in different artists to work on this set. And provide, a little different kind of thing for fans to look for and pick up. Ooh, a Dalek. Anyway. Here's the thing, I am aware of different Doctor Who things. Even if I'm not a huge fan, I don't keep up with it a whole lot. I still, try and keep up with some of it because it is a big part of nerd culture, and I understand that. Overall, I'm really digging these Doctor Who Magic the Gathering cards. The Commander decks specifically are super cool. I love how much comes included with all of them, considering that they're like $50 to $60 depending on where you get them. It's quite an expensive pack, but with all the stuff you get, it's really not a bad value, especially if you're just looking to pick up and play and you're not really looking to chase down a bunch of stuff. Generally speaking, I'm loving the artwork. They definitely put a lot of time and attention and care into this set. They didn't just say, hey, we're going to make a cheap, easy crossover that's going to make a lot of money. They really put a lot of thought into it. And what's even better is you don't have to be a fan of Magic the Gathering in order to appreciate these sets. That's the really cool thing with these crossovers. You don't have to be a fan. Conversely, you don't have to be a Doctor Who fan like me in order to appreciate the aspects that these decks and cards bring to the game itself. As such, it's kind of perfect for nerds in general, and the booster packs and stuff like that really make for excellent stocking stuffers. Now, Magic the Gathering's Doctor Who set have just released last week, October 13th, so they are available right now, both online in all your major hobby shops and anywhere that you can find Magic the Gathering cards. So I hope you enjoyed our little unboxing and card opening video today. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, tell all your friends about it. Until next time, keep it tuned here to Cinelinx.com for all your movie, gaming, and geek-related needs.